Rube's Observations is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. Let's start out with the defense, and I was really impressed with the way Vic Fangio's unit responded after Jalen Carter was ejected from the game. You look at the possession chart of the Cowboys, and this is what it looks like. Touchdown, touchdown, field goal, turnover, the Quinyon Mitchell fumble recovery, punt, and then failed fourth down. So they went out on downs. So they scored on their first four drives. They didn't score again. And that's a hallmark of a Vic Fangio defense. They find a way. They get better as the game goes on. And when you lose a Jalen Carter, everybody's got to kind of regroup. It changes your whole game plan. And you don't do that instantly. And it took them a little while to figure out how to play defense without one of their best players, maybe their best player. But ultimately they did it. They shut out the Cowboys in the second half. And I really appreciate the way they bounced back and overcame the adversity that Jalen Carter put him in, which comes to point number two, which is Jalen Carter. That's just one of the stupidest things you'll ever see a player do. He's got to be smarter. He's got to be more disciplined. Look, the whole team was undisciplined, mainly in the first half. Nolan Smith had the taunting penalty, which is it a borderline call? Yes, but in a chippy game, they're going to call it. But Jalen Carter, he's been penalty prone. I like his panache that he plays with, his spirit, the physicality. He's that kind of player. He's going to play on the edge. I'm okay if he gets a personal foul here and there in the course of the game. But this is different. This was before the game or before the first offensive play. It was completely uncalled for. This wasn't playing the game hard or playing the game after the whistle. This was a premeditated spitting on an opponent. Now, did Dak bait him into it? Yeah, probably a little bit. That's a veteran guy. He didn't get caught. Jalen got caught. He's got to be smarter. He's got to be more disciplined. This team can't afford to lose him. It just can't happen again. He's got to figure out how to stay on the field. Number three, Nick Sirianni, now 5-0 in openers, and that's not an accident. That didn't just happen. Nick Sirianni, it's really interesting. He put so much thought into the opener. He really starts planning for it in the spring when the schedule comes out in April or early May. And when you think about it, it makes sense because the opener really, everything's magnified. When you win the opener, it can really propel you to a great season. When you lose, you can spiral downhill. The Cowboys are flying home tonight to Dallas thinking, we had this game won and we gave it away. We could have won this game. That's a really tough thing to overcome. Now, losing your first game doesn't mean you're going to be a bad team, and winning your first game doesn't mean you're going to be a good team, but it's huge when you can win that first game. And Nick is now 5-0. It's the first time the Eagles have won 5 straight openers since 1942 until 1947. So Nick is very, very good at this. He knows how to get the team prepared, put the work in, but also get to the starting line fresh and ready to play. And that's a difficult thing to do.